Hey guys, so answering the question, do I need an accounting business website? Now, this is a really controversial topic and you'd be so surprised. It's like 50% of the people think that you need to have it, 50% of the world thinks you don't, right? I believe there's a time and place for everything, but it also will depend on why are you looking for this. Now, also, if you've been thinking about like starting your accounting business and you're just like, hey, there's so much stuff to think about, just so much stuff that I could probably make a mistake in. If you want some help growing your business so you don't have to like make the mistakes that most people do, go ahead and click the link inside the description either above or below the video to book a call with myself to see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program. So, my name is Bryce Tubbs, and I started my accounting and bookkeeping business back in 2015. Now, it didn't take me that long to reach six figures looking back, but when I was first starting out, there was so much stuff that I didn't know that until I figured out what to do, I was making like $0. Like I went literally like for the first 4 months, the most money I made in my business was about $2,300, and $1,700 of that came because I got lucky and got a cleanup, which I severely underpriced that cleanup project. And you know, one of the biggest things I was struggling with was a website, and I had to like reach out to this person like in the local area, and she had like this like business where she had sold like lasers, and she's like, you need to have like brochures, pamphlets, your website, and like, you know, you have to be able to have this stuff. And when I first built it, I was like, okay, so I gotta build it, I gotta figure this out, should I pay someone to build it, should I build it myself? I was hard-headed because I like what used to be like in different business models like e-commerce and Shopify, so I built it myself. And I didn't realize that a website does not necessarily bring you new clients. It just builds trust with people who want to work with you already. So there's two main functions of a website these days. Number one is either to convert, so I mean someone sees your stuff, now they like click a link and they buy something from you, or they book a call to buy from you, or it builds trust people who are potentially interested in working with you. Now, the reason why that's tough for a beginner is because when you're first getting started, you don't necessarily need to have like, either someone to convert or someone to build trust, because the first problem you have is no one knows you exist. So again, the website is not the best at generating attention, because usually when you do build a website, it generally is going to go to the bottom of Google, right? So you're not going to be seen at all. It's just like, oh my gosh, I'm not being seen. No one knows I exist. Can I actually make this thing work? And you have all these like different things that are going to be like in your head kind of thing. And it causes you to really struggle. So for me, I'm not anti-website. I'm anti things that waste my focus and my resources. So the biggest things that we have is our resource of focus and our resource of time. Because in a lot of cases, if you're working a full-time job, you only have a few hours either in the end of the day or even before you go to work to really work on this stuff. So you have to work on stuff that's going to directly move the needle forward. Because one thing that no one thinks about when they're excited about starting their business is that we basically have a ticking time clock in our emotions, in our heart, and in our brain that says, is this worth my time? Is this working? And the longer we go without signs of this actually working, the more likely we are to quit. Give me one second to blow my nose. Oh man, sorry. I have a bit of a cold today. I got a bit of a cold. I'm in Florida right now. Kind of like on a mini kind of vacation where it took a week just to kind of like get out of the cold where I live in Michigan. And yeah, it was a really good trip, but I did catch a cold towards the end of it today. So I'm running a little sick. But you have to do things that are going to move the needle forward, which the first things first is going to be to get seen and then to get noticed, okay? So one reason why a lot of people will do a website is because when on the phone with potential clients, the potential client's like, can I see your website before I want to get started with you? It's like, what? And it doesn't make sense when they do it, but they're going to like be very convincing. It's like, well, I don't know if I can trust you, so I need to look at your website to see if you're like legitimate. All legitimate businesses have a website. So you're saying that if you go and look at this thing online, that you're magically going to find out that like I'm credible, then you're going to come back and buy from me? It almost never happens. Like it almost never happens. No matter what they say, I don't care how convincing they are. I don't care if you're nervous about like people believing in you or not. Trust me. Trust me here. They never buy. That's never the real thing. Because if you noticed, what they didn't say was, I'm going to go look at the website so I can trust you more. So the core thing is not whether or not you have a website. The core thing is, why do they not trust you? Right? Whenever we're doing sales, especially when it comes to like accounting related sales, like to get someone to sign up for like accounting services, the big thing that you're really facing is like, it's the real objection. So before someone gives you an objection, they always give you like a smoke screen or distraction. Like, I need to go talk to my spouse. I need to go talk to my business partner. I don't know if I have enough time. I need to think about it. Let me go pray about it. Those where they're very vague and like, what are they asking to pray about? What are they going to talk to the business partner about? Why do they think they don't have enough time to do it? Why don't they go see the website? Like that's not the real reason. The real objection we have to handle is like, what is the underlying factors? I don't like your price. I don't think you're valuable enough. I don't trust you as a person. I don't think you're going to do a good job. I don't think the amount of time it's going to take talking to you to do this is not worth my time. I think you're an annoying personality. Now I know it's a mean one to say, like they don't like your personality, but it is a real thing. Like some people just aren't a personality fit and they just won't work with you. And it's like nothing you said, it's not your price, it doesn't matter. Like that's the real reason. So you have to get good at understanding. Now let's assume that in this just particular case that it's because they're looking for the website when they're in your call because of a lack of trust. Okay, so how do we start building trust? Number one is your attractive character story. That's basically who you are. What is your actual experience in accounting? Why did you decide to go on your own? What makes you think that you know what you're doing? Who have you worked with? And why should this person work with you? If you can do those things inside that attractive character story, in the beginning of all your consultation calls, they're going to instantly respect you more. Number one. Now, even before the call, if you have work history, send them your personal resume. Now, that might be weird. Like, Bryce, I'm trying to get them as, I'm trying to be a contractor, not trying to get like a job. It's like, yes, but your resume is going to show how much you've actually done. And the fact that if you're in accounting already, you spent some of your career in there, so you're going to have perceived expertise because you've been working in the accounting field, okay? If you don't have the accounting field experience, I'd probably recommend watching my other YouTube channel that's more designed towards like bookkeeper and people who are newer to the industry. But assuming you have some experience, or you have very little experience, then we're gonna if you have any experience, go personal resume. The second thing that I want is if you either have a little bit of experience or if you feel like you just want to beef up your experience in general, you should have a business resume, okay? So the business resume is going to be very similar to the personal resume, only it's going to focus more on like the skills, the value, the areas that you're really good at, and why someone should work with you now. So it just builds trust. It's almost like a pseudo website where they can basically go on you can even include references on that. You can even include testimonials, like links to testimonials, things like that. They can go look at it, read, understand, and build that trust really quickly. But I want to do that before I have all the calls, right? So let's say I meet someone, whether it's LinkedIn, in person, online, doesn't matter. I book the call. I then send them an email with both my personal resume and my business resume. If my personal resume is weaker in this field of accounting, I just send my business resume, okay? The business resume is going to do most of the heavy lifting. Again, your business resume should have some references, should have some past work experience, should have some transferable work experience, should have a list of services you offer, so that by the time the person reads this, when they come to the call, they already have perceived experience and perceived respect. You don't have to feel like you prove yourself. And then we can give me one sec. Sorry guys. Then when you have that perceived experience, now when you come on the phone, you can actually do a temperature check. Now I call this a temperature check to see how much person knows about me. Yes, I sent you my different resumes when you got there. Based on that, how much do you know about myself and my story? They're going to tell you as much as they can or as much as they know, or if they didn't get a chance to go through it, they're going to tell you that too. From there, we do that attractive character story that I told you about a little bit earlier, where it's who you are, why you should be doing this, what's your background, what made you think you can do this, why I should work with you, etc., etc. Now when you do that, it's boom, they're double respected. They tire down even more, so now they respect you more, and then they're not going to ask for the website because they trust you. Now, when it comes to doing the sales stuff, is that once you have these two things in place, you're going to have perceived experience and perceived expertise, which if you can maintain that identity and maintain that viewpoint of you, that perspective of you, you're going to get a yes more times than not, right? That's when you start closing 60, 70, 80% of your calls, right? You're not going to close 100%. There's always someone that doesn't want to pay any money, or one person that's just being kind of weird, right? Or they're procrastinators, right? Never going to close 100%, but you could be closing 60, 70, 80%. Now remember, sales is a transference of belief. If you don't believe that you're good enough, if you don't believe you have enough experience, you're going to be radiating that energy, and the business owner is going to feel that. They're not going to know exactly why they're feeling kind of weird or uncertain, but they're going to think it's a lack of experience for you, and that's when they start asking, can I see your website? Can I get some references? Can I talk to this? Can I see this, right? But if you can maintain that energy, if you can just be confident, at least fake it till you make it. If you're not confident, I don't care. Like put a poker face on, does not matter, okay? You will figure it out. If you're watching this video and you've gone this far, you're serious about this, you will figure this stuff out. Your first client, it might not go like amazingly, but that's okay, right? You can always refund someone if you do something wrong, or if you bite off more you can chew. Don't feel bad ever refunding someone some money if you're the one that's doing a bad service, right? If you can do a good service, you don't even have to refund the money. But don't let your fear of like, what if I mess things up, stop you, okay? Now, if you enjoyed this video, I invite you to go watch more videos on this channel. We talk about how to go and grow an accounting business. We have videos how to grow an accounting business. Should you start an accounting business? What do you need to get before you start an accounting business? Everything you need to be as prepared as possible for when you launch and while you're in business. Now, if you've been trying to start an accounting firm, or if you've already been in business for a while, but either way, if you're just not quite at your goal, or if you feel like you had extra guidance to getting to your goal, if you think that would be helpful to have the extra guidance, click the link either above or below the video to book a call with myself to see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program, where I'm going to walk you step by step, hand in hand towards your goals, so you don't have to make the same mistake I did when I was going towards 6 figures in my business, okay? My name is Bryce Tubbs. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take it easy. Talk to you soon. I'll either see you on the call or I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.